Good morning, good morning. It's the Missouri eight-man football show. I am Devin Albertson, as we're going to have a pretty good show today. Going to the last week of the regular season for Missouri eight-man football. Wait for a couple people to get in here, but it should be interesting to see how this week goes. Week 9 should be interesting. Two top 5 matchups we'll get to here in a minute. Some other good games going on. District seeding stuff kind of happening, so we'll see what happens here. Of course, follow me on Twitter at Devin Albertson. Also follow at Mo8Man Football for everything scores, stats, district standings, news, anything really for 8-man football. They are the place to go on Twitter, Mo8Man Football. And because they tweet out their own stuff and they retweet other people in the area who cover 8-man football, so it's your one-stop shop for everything 8-man. So it should be interesting to see how that goes. There, we'll go to the power rankings real quick. This is the top 5 power rankings, top 10, sorry, for the state, released by Mo8mancoaches.com. They're not affiliated with the coaches or the website, but this is what their rankings team releases. Stanberry 1, Sacred Heart 2, Worth County, Rockport, Mountain City, the 5 undefeated teams, followed by Greenfield, the 1 loss team in the state, King City, North Andrew, East Atchison, and then Chillicothe stays in the ranking, even with their loss to Sacred Heart last week. So it should be interesting to see how things go this week. Top 5 is going to get jumbled around a little bit here because you have Mountain City at Rockport and Stanberry at Worth County. So it should be interesting to see how those games mix up. I know I will be at the Stanberry Worth County game, so it's going to be a big matchup there, top 3 matchup in the state. That's what they had for their power rankings here for the Mo 8-man coaches. My power rankings are a little bit different, though. I have Worth County number 1. That's just what I think right now. I think that's what I've been saying for most of the season. I thought they've had one more complete rosters. I'll see what they do versus Stanberry this week. Stanberry has a really good rushing attack with Durbin and Schieber, so we'll see if they can get the ball going there versus Worth County. Worth County is just so big up front. They still have McClellan and Cameron there, the quarterback, running back position with Alarcon there at fullback. They're just so talented there at Worth County. So we'll see what happens in that top 3 matchup. Mountain City Rockport, I get to their matchup 2. It's for a 275 conference title. Stanberry Worth County is for the GRC title. Rockport Mountain City is for the 275 conference title. And with these 4 teams right here, they're all in the mix for a number 1 seed in their respective districts. District 1, Worth County, Stanberry, and Rockport are all undefeated, all in the same district, all trying to get that 1 seed. It's going to be tough. I believe the winner of Worth County Stanberry will get that 1 seed. So we'll see what happens there. If Rockport wins, they will probably be the 2 seed. I don't know if they lose, if they'll fall to the 3 or not. So it's more of a home field advantage, but they're not going to fall lower than third in their district. Mountain City right now, I think, have all but clinched their 1 seed in District 2. So we'll see what happens there. This one's a 275 conference title. Sorry. Greenfield, as you see, they have 3-5 North Shelby this week. They should take care of business there and stay as, I believe, the 2 seed in that district. We'll go to more district standings here in a minute, but they should be fine there with that 6-1 record. They should be good to go heading into the playoffs. They want to rematch with Sacred Heart coming up here in the district championship game in a few weeks. That's what they're looking forward to. King City 5-2 right now. They're the 1 seed in the District 3. They've been solid this year, so we'll see how they come out today. North Andrew 4-3 this year. Struggled 3 of the last 4 weeks, losing to Sacred Heart, Stanberry, Worth County. They lost 3 of the best teams in the state with a win mixed in there versus Albany. They got Bramer this week, so we'll see how they rebound. They're also in District 2 as well. East Atchison, they're in District 1, so it's going to be really tough for them to get out. They lost to Stanberry last week at 45 ball at halftime after also North Andrew got 50 ball at halftime at Worth County. So we'll see what happens there. East Atchison has Platte Valley this week, so it should be pretty easy slating there for the Wolves. And then Chillicothe, they got KC East Christian this week, so they can finish the regular season 6-3. Would be the best season in program history in the regular season in the top 10. Be very impressive for the Indians over there at Chillicothe. All right, so there's my power rankings. Now we're going to the mission standings, 1 through 24. This is pretty much me going to where all the teams are in the districts, what they have for their points, and just listing them all the way out 1 to 24. You have Sacred Heart at top, Northwest Hughesville at bottom, Should be interesting to see how things mixed up with Stanberry playing Worth County this week. If, say, Stanberry happens to win that game, if they'll vault above above Sacred Heart, or if they'll stay below them. It's kind of interesting to see how that works. Rockport there at 4, Mound City 5. Pretty similar to the top 10 rankings, besides Northern Hardin Central sneaking in there. Their couple of losses are pretty damning, so they'll move down the rankings a little bit. Then you have Livingston, South Holt, Nottoway Holt right outside the top 10 there. If you're a South Holt, Nottoway Holt fan or supporter, you're kind of disappointed with how this year's gone a little bit. 3 of their losses have come by a touchdown or less. Lost to East Ashton by a touchdown, lost to Mound City by 6, lost to Stewartsville by 2. You're right now. You're pretty much a couple plays away right now from being 6-2 and fighting for the 2 seed in your district because North Andrew having a down year. You could be the 2 seed in your district right now and have North Andrew as a home game in week 2. But right now they're the 3 seed that district. They'd have to go to North Andrew for the second week of the playoffs. No bye. Just so many different things happened so far with them. Senior Christian right there at 3-4. They're batting for that 3 seed as well in that district. We'll get that more later. But that's what we have here for the 1 through 24 district standings. There. Hide me for a minute. 1 second. Okay, now we got District 1 standings. Talked about this a little bit earlier. Stanberry at Worth County. You have Worth County versus Stanberry, of course. So the top 2 teams in the district taking on each other this week for most likely the district title and the GRC title. So that should be a fun one over in Grant City. Rockport taking on Mound City. Two for the 275 conference title. East Ashton taking on Platte Valley this week. So East Ashton should move to 6-3 on the year. It'd be a good season for them. They're also really young, so we'll see. They should be better next year. They should be ready to roll in the next season. So this is a good stepping stone season for the Wolves. Northwest Nottoway 2-6. They got the Spartans who are 3-5 this year. They got them up next, so we'll see what happens there. And then Albany at 1-7. They're taking on 3-5 Pattonsburg team that's better than the record suggests. So I think we'll see what happens in the top 2 seeds, but I think 3 through 6 are pretty much set where they're going to be. So your first round matchups most likely will be Albany at Rockport and Northwest Nottoway at East Atchison unless something weird happens. So unless Albany can somehow upset Pattonsburg, Northwest Nottoway loses, they might flip there, but I doubt it. So we'll see what happens come this week. But I think 3 through 6 should pretty much stay put where they're at. So we'll just see. Maybe the numbers mix up and Rockport gets in the top 2. That's definitely a possibility there. If they win and one of the other 2 teams loses, the 2 teams, I guess, okay, sorry. If Rockport wins, one of the teams above them will lose, so they'll be the 3 seed and they'll host Albany in the week 1 of the playoffs and go to Rockport, most likely in the second round. So we'll see what happens. The top 3 seeds, though, right there in District 1, who I think they're all 3 state contenders right now until further notice. District 2, Mound City 8-0, lead the district in this one. North Andrew, number 2, followed by East South Holt Nottoway Holt at number 3, and then Christian at 4. If Christian could beat King City Union Star, that would be a huge win for them, and they might be able to catapult over the Spartans for that 3 seed. So we'll see what happens there. Of course, North Andrew, that 2 seed, pretty much locked up. They have Bramer this week. Should be a win for the Cardinals. And South Holt Nottoway Holt has Northwest Nottoway. Should be a win for them as well. So it's just if Christian can get that big win over King City and maybe vault them up the rankings a little bit. So we'll see what happens there. But as of right now, and of course, I don't think DeKalb beats Stewartsville, and South Nottoway and Platte Valley won't beat East Atchison. So if you look here right now, it'd be South Holt Nottoway Holt hosting Platte Valley, and then San Diego Christian hosting DeKalb would be the first round matchups in this district right now. So favorable matchups, with 2 of the worst teams in the state being in this district, the 5 and 6 seed. Favorable matchups for the Spartans and the Lions there from South Holt Nottoway Holt and San Diego Christian. And also, I think Mound City has a good chance to win this district, actually, if they just stay a little bit healthier going forward. North Andrew will be a tough matchup. Christian might be a difficult matchup for them. They're not as talented. They might be a difficult matchup for the Panthers out there in District 2. District 3, you have King City. Pretty much locked up this district so far. If you have 5 and 2, they should. If they beat Christian, they definitely lock it up. If they don't, I don't think there's enough for Southwest Livingston, even if they beat Northern Hardin Central, to come back from a 9-point deficit there in the district's points. I think King City will win that district for seeds-wise and probably outright to the playoffs. Pattonsburg 3-5 this year. They got Albany. They should win that one. So there could be a lot of mix-up in this district. They're also close between 2 and 5. Stewartsville will get a win over DeKalb. I don't think North Shelby beats Greenfield, and I think Pattonsburg beats Albany. So I can see North Shelby and Stewartsville flipping spots right there. I don't think Stewartsville has enough to. They won't pass Pattonsburg, but Pattonsburg might be able to pass Southwest Livingston for the 2 seed. So we'll see what happens. Still a lot to go on District 3. I think King City will win that district. I don't think it's no really strong district, but King City is still solid, so they'll be giving a challenge to anybody who comes out of District 4, which I believe will be Sacred Heart. Pretty solid district this year. It's been one of the weaker districts in the past. Sacred Heart kind of flexed their muscle earlier this year when they beat North Andrew by 40. So we'll see what happens here. Greenfield, they want another matchup with Sacred Heart. They win this week. They'll have the home field bye the week 1, as will Sacred Heart. Northern Hardin Central and Chillicothe. As of right now, those teams would actually flip, even if they both won next week, because side by side, Chillicothe did beat Northern Hardin Central earlier this year. So right now, Chillicothe would be the 3 seed, and they would be able to avoid Sacred Heart in the playoffs. Northern Hardin Central would be the 4 seed, have to play Osceola week 1, while Chillicothe would get Northwest Hughesville for a 3rd time this year. So that could be interesting for the Indians to pick up 3 wins on the year against one team, because Hughesville is going to lose this week to Sacred Heart. So we'll see what happens there. I think looks like Osceola is off this week, so they won't have to worry about any games this week. Get healthy, I guess. And Osceola is in their first year of 8-man. Scheduling is always tough whenever you're the first team to go down, and just hard in that first year to pick up games when everybody has their schedules made. So should be interesting here, but I think Sacred Heart probably wins this district, Greenfield being the biggest competitor there. I think Chillicothe and Northern Hardin are decent teams. They're not good enough to contend with Greenfield and Sacred Heart for the district title. I think Sacred Heart is just really good this year. I think they're going to get out of this district and possibly make it a state versus either Worth County, Stanberry, or Rockport from up north. So there's the district standings. If we go to the scoreboard this weekend, I already kind of went through this, but I'll pick each game besides the game that I'm calling for KNIM 95.9 FM out of Maryville for Nottoway County. Pattonsburg at Albany. I think Pattonsburg wins that game. North Andrew at Bramer, North Andrew. Stewartsville over DeKalb. Greenfield over North Shelby on Saturday. So one Saturday game this week. So most likely the district standings will not be finalized in District 4 until Saturday night. So we'll see what happens after the Greenfield North Shelby game. The long drive for both those teams. Both kind of outliers in the state when it comes to geography. Right here, Chillicothe over KC East Christian. I have Southfield Nottoway Holt over Northwest Nottoway. Looks like here Osceola is actually playing Pleasant Hope. I'm not sure how good Pleasant Hope is, but I'll take Osceola. I think they get the number 3 win on the year, so we'll see what happens there. Mound City at Rockport. This is a tough game to call. Mound City's a little bit banged up with a couple injuries. You have Rockport. Their best running back and middle linebacker Carter should be suspended, I think, for this game after being kicked out the 3rd quarter versus Southfield Nottoway Holt for a couple of late hits and just personal foul penalties. Was ejected. I don't think he can play this game, so that's going to be tough for Rockport to overcome. He's probably their best linebacker and their best running back, so losing him versus a solid team like Mound City will be tough to overcome. But I think it's going to be a dogfight all the way to the end. I think Rockport hasn't really been pushed this year. Their toughest game was North Shelby and then Southfield Nottoway Holt last week. That was a 20-point game with the Spartans into the 3rd and 4th quarter, but Rockport pulled away late. I think they're going to win this game too, especially at home. Gives them a little bit of an advantage there playing up in Rockport. I think Rockport wins this game, but it's going to be a good one over in Atchison County with Rockport Mountain City. Kind of hope Mountain City gives them a run for their money and beats them here, just so you can see District 2 have a possible team. Maybe contend for state, because right now if Rockport wins, the 3 best teams in the north will be in the same district. That's going to be kind of frustrating for all 3 of those teams, just in general, to see, like, hey, we all 3 have a chance to make it to the semifinals, and only one of us is actually going to make it out of the district, and only 2 of us are going to make it to the district championship game. So the fact that either Rockport, Stanberry, Worth County be like, yeah, we didn't make the district championship game is kind of sucks for them, because they're definitely 3 of the best 4 teams in the state right now. So Mountain City right there, the 5th team. I don't think they have quite enough horses to beat Rockport, but I think they can win their district later on. I think Sacred Heart's going to roll to Northwest Hughesville. East Atchison will take care of Flat Valley. Northern Hardin Central versus Southwest Livingston. I will take who will I take in this game? It's a tough matchup for these two schools. If you look at it, sorry, there we go. No, I'm missing a game or two in there. In this game, I'm kind of torn between these two because I don't think Northern Hardin Central is really that good this year, but I think Southwest Livingston is a decent team. I think I'll take the Livingston at home. I think it's been a rivalry game between those two back when Livingston was in the PVC and they always played down there against Northern Hardin Central in that district. I think Livingston might be able to pull out a win here and upset Northern Hardin Central. So I'll take the Wildcats in this one to beat the Aggies. And then I have King City taking care of Central Christian. I think Christian's definitely the team that gets better as the year goes on. They're always well coached. So where they start here and where they end up over here is two different things. I like what Christian does throughout the year and gets a lot better. So it'll be a tough matchup come playoff time. But I think King City has enough talent. The only two losses this year to Stanbury and Worth County. I think they're a really solid team. I think they beat Central Christian on the road. So King City, I think, wins that and then secures home field in District 3. And then Worth County Stanbury, you have the best rushing attack duo in the state with Stanbury and the best rusher in the state with Worth County. Should be interesting to see how that goes down over in Grant City. I'll have the call for 95.9 FM over in Grant City. You can get that game in Nottoway County pretty much. Should be interesting to see how that goes. I'm not going to make a score prediction, but I think most of you see my shows throughout the year and know how I feel about both these teams. I think they're both really good teams. There could be teams that are destined for a rematch in the playoffs, so we'll see. Last year, Worth County won the regular season game, and then Stanbury won the playoff game. This year, it could be vice versa. It could be the same thing. It could be one team sweeps the other. It's always hard to tell with these two teams. Of course, Stanbury and North Andrew, as we've known the last 5 years, have met for the state championship game. That will not be the case this year. District 1 and District 2 will face off in the semifinals anyways, and they might not even make it out of their own districts this year. I mean, I think 8-man's getting a little bit of a changing of powers throughout this year with some teams like Worth County, Mountain City, Rockport kind of stepping their game back up. Mountain City and Worth County used to be the dogs in 8-man. Looks like they might be coming back on the up and up a little bit here. Some talent coming in, and of course Rockport, they're playing well this year as well. Always near the top of 8-man. So we'll see what happens. Going into playoff time, if anybody has any questions, shoot them my way. I'm always available on Twitter to talk football here in Missouri 8-man. Sorry. So again, follow me on Twitter at Devin Albertson. I'll have score updates from Grant City every quarter with them in Stanbury. Worth County last week, they beat North Andrew 56-6. So we'll see what happens this week if they come out and have the same performance versus Stanbury. Also follow Mo 8-Man Football on Twitter. Should be fun. Thanks everybody for tuning in. I'm Devin Albertson. Everybody have a great Thursday. I gotta head out of here. So everybody have a great day here in Northwest Missouri, where I'm out of. So we'll see you guys next week. Of course, tomorrow, Friday Take, 9 to 10 a.m. and on campus, 106.7. Also, KZLXFM.com, the TuneIn Radio app. Also, weekends, Sport Kickoff from 2 to 5 on X106 and KNWT Channel 8 and Facebook Live. We'll share that link for you when it comes time. Anybody listening to this video, it is Jersey Day. So, again, this is not Missouri 8-Man at the end of this video. This is for Jersey Day for X106 tomorrow. Wear your jersey, send it in the Twitter account at X106_sports. We'll try to get you on our TV side of it on air a little bit. Like, hey, me and my jersey, this is me and my Rodman jersey, or whatever jersey you want to wear. Me and my Michael Jordan jersey, me and my LeBron jersey, whatever, me and my Kobe jersey, Shaq jersey, anything you want, send it in. We'll try to put you on air, give you a shout during the show tomorrow, Jersey Day for X106. I want to thank everybody for tuning in for this show from Missouri 8-Man Football. Any high school teams out there, you guys want to send anything in, be like, hey, it's Jersey Day for us. We're wearing our jerseys before our games tonight. You can send those in as well at X106_sports. We'll get you guys on air, give you guys a good luck charm going into Friday night's games. So thank you guys for listening. I will see you guys next week. We'll have playoffs next week on Thursday. So thank you guys for tuning in here to the Facebook Live show. Also, it's on YouTube later.